All right, there we go. Woo! We made it, and we trekked down 51 down 51 as we talked to Jason on the radio last night. We are at the Fire Whistle Brewery in Elizabeth.
How cute and quaint. I love it.
We're going to talk about why it's called that, but in the meantime, we're a little later than normal. We usually come on around noon, but no, today
we're on ish time.
That's right. That's
so. All good. We're excited because, as usual, we start with a musician from right here in Are you from Elizabeth?
Originally, yes.
Okay. And where do you
all
live
my
now?
life. I'm in Monongahela now.
Okay.
My name's Josh Munzer.
All right. Are you ready to perform? You're going to give a little ode to the Clarks. Is that right?
Sure. Why not? One of Pittsburgh's favorites.
There you go.
They are. They're one of my favorites for sure.
Definitely. Oh, 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 oh. You are sultry, dirty, soft, and hard. You are close to me and you're so far. Oh, and I'm thinking of a time we spent together. Now I'll bury this in my backyard. Sometimes I sit and wonder, but I'll never dial that number, 'cause I'm having fun looking out for number one, and I'm doing all the things I'd like to do. I'm having fun, and I knew it all along that I'd be better off without you. Better off without you. You are gifted pretty high and low. You're as close to me and you're so good. Oh, and I'm searching through the things you left behind, and now it's time for me to let it go. Sometimes I sit and wonder, but I'll never dial your number, and I'm having fun looking out for number one, and I'm doing all the things I'd like to do. I'm having fun, and I knew it all along that I'd be better off without you. Better off.
People in the background, sing with them. What the heck?
Do it.
Better off up the telephone. Praying out and crying 'cause you're all alone. I don't care. Come on.
Come on, everybody.
Apologize for smoking my cigarettes. Now it's time to feel all the side effects of missing the life you had.
Now we're livening the place up.
I'm having fun.
Everybody was sleeping.
Looking out for number one, and I'm doing all the things I'd like to do. I'm having fun, and I knew it all along. I'd be better off without you.
Do it, Sean.
Better off without you. Here, you got the last one, Roaches.
Do it.
Oh,
It's the melody. No, the words aren't my issue. The melody. Everybody.
One more.
Big ending. Yeah. There you go.
Where can everybody find you and follow you?
You can find me on Facebook. My name is Josh Munzer. That's Josh Munzer, Munzer. I work solo. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, all sorts of music. I'm in a group called the Damn Band. That's DAM Band.
Nice.
I'll tell you more about them here shortly.
Yeah.
Catch them at Fire Whistle every month.
Yeah,
Fire
I'll be
Whistle
down
every
here at
month.
Fire Whistle. I'm down here every month.
Nice.
I have a regular spot. All my friends are down here. It's always a good weekend to come down anytime.
All right.
But I'll be doing a song that the Damn Band recorded shortly. And
Nice.
Thank you.
So make
Wow,
sure you guys
he
hang
was
out
great. That was
And he
fantastic.
got everybody singing. That was good. Now this is behind the scenes of our podcast. This is when we now get into the rest. You'll see people coming in and out, switching out chairs. Maybe you'll see someone tip a chair over, which will help us go viral.
God.
But in the meantime, This is the Yajago podcast. This is how we start.
Spring has sprung and vehicles are springing up at Rorick Honda. We're still interested in your used vehicles, but we also have new vehicles ready to sell.
Visit us at our Bloomfield location or at rorickhonda.com for all of your vehicle needs. And now we start this week's Yajagoff podcast from Fire Whistle Brewery in Elizabeth. And if you're listening to the podcast later, you'll hear us say Yajagoff, Yajagoff, Yajagoff. And then we say, this is John and Rachel. This is the Yajagoff podcast. If you're listening for the first time, we ask that you make sure you subscribe to it. And if you're listening to it right now, it's Monday or Tuesday, but you can also go backward on our Facebook and YouTube timeline and watch it behind the scenes, right? Oh, okay, there you go.
Swap out.
And this is what on a daily basis we call out jagoffs on yajagoff.com. People embarrassing the rest of the good work that we are doing here in Pittsburgh. So the first one was dumb criminal guy. This guy, the police finally arrested him in that he drove through a couple of yards during Halloween time and turfed them and broke his car. And just this past week, this past week, they arrested him because you know how they caught him? A, his tire tracks. B, the Halloween decorations were still stuck to his car, and some of his car pieces were laying in the yard, and they were able to match him up to his. So totally dumb criminal.
Was it like a Marissa Tomei, like My Cousin Vinny?
Yes, I was just gonna say like My Cousin Vinny. Yeah, John was so mad. He's like, how did it take this long for this guy to get caught?
Right. And then
close the lights.
Yeah, close the lights. I went to New York, and I thought this was a Yinzard thing, but there was a sign. It wasn't really a Jagoff thing, but there was a sign that said, "Close the lights before you leave." Close the lights. But I just thought that was like what your aunts and uncles used to say, right?
Like wear your house coat.
Yes.
Wear your house coat.
Right.
And then school drop-off process was all me, and my husband said, maybe you shouldn't talk about that because you're running for school board. I don't care. The process sucks. North Hills, we need to get it together. There's a sign that says, pull up here, and then you move your car. No, people just stop wherever, and it clogs the entire area. So if you follow the signs, maybe the whole traffic pattern for school would be a little easier.
Follow directions.
Nice.
Follow directions.
Right.
He has a mic.
Right. And so in the meantime, then we also did a little how to prevent jagoffery at the home opener. Because, when people go to the stadium, they do dumb things, including drinking too much and not falling asleep. If you're a person who drinks too much and doesn't fall asleep, you're probably going to be a jagoff trying to yell things, say dumb things, trying to be the comedian in your section. Don't do it. Just go and enjoy the game. All right.
We did. We actually went down. Kudos to Steve Blass. He had a great conversation with us. Monica was with us, as well as the Renegades of the Rotunda. And we had a great time. So let's go Bucks.
That's right.
All
Big
right.
season.
Talk to our new friend, Jason.
Jason Berman, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah, so
welcome to Fire
our
Whistle
drinks are
Brewery.
behind us. So this is the point where we ask you a question and say, tell us all about your history, and then we shut up and drink while you talk.
We're going to drink
Oh,
your
yeah.
stuff.
Oh, yeah. Definitely drinking. Okay, sounds good. So all about my history. So I'm originally a firefighter. Oh, that's a good drink, too.
I
that's
know,
a good
because
drink.
we love Liberty Pole.
Oh, yeah. Liberty Pole's
Love
really
Liberty
good. I love having them on our cocktail program here.
Wow.
So a little bit about myself. 98, I was a EMT, and I got my firefighting, my essential firefighting. I was originally at Pleasant Hills Fire, which is right down the road here. Shout out to Pleasant Hills 232. So I've been a paramedic in the South Hills for a very long time, and with Stat Medevac for a little bit, doing community paramedicine. And we most recently had a program at AHN doing this community paramedicine for patients who go back to the hospital, patients who are vulnerable to go back to the hospital. We see how they're doing at home, see if there's resources we can get them. So connecting them up with any type of rides to pharmacies, to their doctors, food at home, support, and that kind of thing. And we were doing really great work. So that's a new thing with paramedicine. So me and my team, we originally started that in 2013 and kind of got that going.
That's wonderful.
It's amazing.
And then that led to drinking.
It led to drinking. Heavy drinking.
You know, we have as an EMS professional, fire professional, you need to diffuse somewhere along the way, and so you started a Fire Whistle Brewery.
Correct. Yeah. So what I did back in 2003, while I was being a paramedic, we would go down to the home brew shop down in Green Tree, and we started getting interest. So I've been a home brewer since 2003, and then. since then, that passion just grew and grew and grew. And I said, well, I'm 41, and my birthday was just the other day, and my body feels like it's 80. So I need it's a young person's game out on the trucks.
Sure.
So I'm like, what can I do? And the passion just kind of grew into a brewery, and not only just brewing, but also community, and that's what Fire Whistle is all about.
Yeah, what I love is we have a client, the Wilson Group, and Sam is in the finance department, I guess we'll say, right?
Okay.
She does their accounting.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
She said, I love it there. I go there regularly.
Oh, cheers.
And I
Yeah,
have no reason not to go back. She's
yeah.
like, and I even texted and said, hey,
I
tell
didn't
her
even know
she's
that.
going to be here.
That's really
yeah.
cool. That's
yeah.
really cool.
So
Yeah.
I love that in a very short amount of time, people know it, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
that's when
absolutely.
you know you're a good local bar.
Right, I mean that's the thing. We just started in the end of July. It's been a very short time.
Yes.
It's been 8 months, and literally, people in this community have just been coming and enjoying what we're doing down here, and enjoying our drinks. But the drinks are like secondary to
Correct.
the community that we have here in the
Yep.
tap room, right? And
Yeah.
and what Fire Whistle is all about, right? The one thing that I like to see is that me and Buddy is one of my best friends. He's been
Hey, buddy.
Hey, he's been my best friend for a very long time.
My buddy is my buddy.
My buddy is my buddy,
Yes.
right? So he's been in the restaurant industry for a very long time, and he said a quote the other day that kind of floored me. He said, this place is one of the first jobs that he feels proud about and being, which is
That
amazing.
had to make you feel good.
Right, I think he was
Because-
just blowing me up a little bit.
No, no. I was just
That
gonna
was 10
say,
minutes before he came on
for
the
sure.
podcast.
But we,
I think
yeah,
whenever
exactly.
you have a vision, and
Yeah.
feel free to jump in, but you did something so rewarding,
Right.
as far as EMT and firefighting, which unfortunately goes underlooked, from
it does,
time to time.
yeah, from time to time. For
But
sure, for
you
sure.
did that. That was your path in life. You decide you want to take a leap of faith in a hospitality industry-driven industry.
Oh, yeah.
And you don't know what is your marker to say I'm doing well unless people are coming in. So when you have somebody like
Right.
that who reassures you, that has to be a good.
It's a huge thing, but I always say it's not just me and Buddy. It's literally we're just stewards of what Fire Whistle is. It's
Yeah.
the community who
Yeah.
we're brewing for and who are really giving us the feedback of,
Yep.
of what this place really is.
And you brew your own beer?
Yeah, we have a one barrel brew house in the back. It's as Christy Loughlin of the Pittsburgh Magazine
Yep.
said, it was a closet, and it is a very much so a closet. But we needed to start somewhere, and the Progress Fund. I want to give a shout out to our funders. It's the Progress Fund, who does a lot of breweries and distilleries around here. They're doing the 3 brewery collaborative in Hazelwood.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, we just talked about them. Yeah,
it-
yeah.
Pretty awesome group. Eric over there really helped me transition from a paramedic thinking, and paramedic thinking, you're always, it's dynamic. You always have to think on your feet, but it's not so much business. You're just like, So he took our business plan and what I wrote and the ideas that I put down and really helped me kind of transition it into what we have today. So it's
wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing, and it's a great feeling to be able to be here and see us grow. And then also, it's a great feeling to give back to the community, right? So we give back by giving funding anytime. Just a little bit of back
Yes,
of
yes.
Fire
Yeah.
Whistle. So
We
it's
want
called-
the fire whistle to go off right now.
I know, and then I'll have to run. The Fire Whistle Brewing is named after my background of being a paramedic and a firefighter, but also we're underneath the Elizabeth Borough Volunteer Fire Company's Fire Whistle. It's literally right on the back corner of our building here. Anytime it goes off, a lot of people go, "Oh, it's free beer time." I go, "No, we're not doing that. I'd go broke. That's a bad business plan." Or else you guys would be calling 911 fake calls and everything.
Yes, right.
Free beers.
Right.
So what I do is we tally up all the beers that are on the bar, and then $1 goes to a local fire company or a nonprofit. This quarter we gave to the volunteer fire company, but we try to also me and Buddy go to different events where we can volunteer and give back to monies to like a local nonprofit, Mon River Arts, which is a theater group down here.
Okay.
That we're really passionate about because we both also are in theater too. So it's
Okay.
like, and Lori Kalogi's back here.
Yeah,
she's the executive
Lori.
director
Yeah.
of Mon River Arts. So we try to give back the best we can because the community helps us. So
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I love it. You need to come down here. It's so cute. It's
Patrick,
so quaint.
Well, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, you finish.
I did. It's just so cute and quaint.
Yeah,
Appreciate
Patrick Morris also.
Oh
gave
yeah,
a
Pat
shout out to
Morris.
our-
Yeah, let's give a shout out to Pat Morris. He's
awesome.
He always texts me every once in a while, and he goes, how you're doing down there, and what's going on, and how can I help? Pat Morris was a guy. He's also a paramedic, or we're all paramedics. Once you're a paramedic, you're
You
always a
and
paramedic,
John.
right, John?
Yeah.
Right. So he's a paramedic that worked with me in the South Hills for a very long time, and then he transitioned to Neshaminy Creek, went up to North Country, was the assistant ops guy up at North Country. So he always said, because I'm very small compared to North Country and the places. So whatever you need, and that's the other thing about the brewing community.
Yes.
Like Ryan from Fueled by Hops.
No doubt. Yep.
He the whole community is just coming together, and it really makes me feel like I'm still in that public safety realm.
Yeah,
right?
that's a good point. It's like a band of brothers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Fuel by Hops seems to be like the central node of connecting
Ryan.
certain
He was
people.
just in here the other day.
Yeah.
Buddy goes to him. He goes, he likes you for some reason.
You're
exactly.
Oh my gosh, we
Yeah.
talked to him on the radio, and it was
great.
like we talked to you
Oh,
on the
me.
radio.
Oh, yeah.
We were
I'm
smitten
okay.
immediately
You're a
because
good
you were a
dude.
good dude. So
thank you very much.
Where
Thank
can everybody find you and follow you so that
Sure.
they know about this?
Absolutely.
Place more?
If you're listening right now on your phone, I don't want you to close the podcast, but go on to Instagram right now. If you're driving, don't you pull over,
Wait, yeah.
or else
Be
you'll see me
careful.
on the road somewhere. Instagram, Fire Whistle Brewing, or Facebook, Fire Whistle Brewing, and we have firewhistlebrewing.com. We have Untapped, so it's the menu on there is always updated.
Yeah.
As soon as I put on Untapped, it's up there. So go give us a like, give us a follow. We have events down here all the time. Tuesday nights, we have a Tuesday night music club where we have musicians come down and kind of jam. Wednesdays, we have a D&D night, Dungeons and Dragons night and game night.
Boy.
Thursday night is trivia night, and then Fridays and Saturdays we usually have a live musician from the area. So we have Josh come down, Jim
He's
Relish.
great.
Oh yeah, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah.
So we just came out of the winter season. We have a small little backyard that we have concerts out there.
That's so cute. We'll have to see it.
Cheers. Yeah. For
Cheers.
Sure.
I love the cheers. You going with your question of the day?
Do you like it?
It's okay.
Well, if you have a better one, go for it.
No, I
I'd
don't know
rather
if
say
it's
go
better.
for a better
No,
one.
you go ahead.
All right. So our question of the day we
Okay.
ask everybody is, when the whistle blows, the firefighters go. All right?
Yes.
So what gets you going? What's a favorite song, favorite phrase, other than a fire whistle for you? What
man.
gets you going?
I think the people will say cheers, but
I
I'm
say
like
that
all the time,
yeah.
cheers. But my thing is sound the alarm and always a good time, right? Like those are the phrases that really strike up that passion. We're sounding the alarm here, but me and my assistant brewer, but he's back there, Chris. We always start out. All right, time to sound the alarm. Let's go. Let's
there
go.
you go.
That's
I like it.
awesome.
Yeah.
I like it.
Jason, you're a good dude. You
Yeah,
deserve
thanks for
all the
hosting us.
kudos you can get. We're
Thanks.
happy to be here.
Thanks for
Don't
coming
be
down, for
afraid
sure.
by the 51 talk. It's literally up,
yeah.
down
It's
51
fine.
and make the circle and you're
Yeah,
here.
you're here. It's 30 minutes from anywhere.
I love the fact that
Yeah.
the
Unless you're in
GPS
Ross
said
Township.
turn at the Dollar General. It even knew that the Dollar
Yeah, it
General
did
was
say,
there.
yeah.
Turn at the Dollar General. Absolutely. That's how we get it.
That was funny.
Yeah.
All right, you're going to hear a little more music from Josh, and then we're coming back, and we're going to talk to...
Paula.
Thanks, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you.
That was great. You're awesome. Isn't it good?
Yeah, it is good.
I
Yeah.
knew you wouldn't think it was too coffee-ish. John hates coffee. Okay, anytime you see us at a coffee shop, he
But
didn't
you can
order
buy
coffee.
Yajagoff coffee at... Paula, come on in.
I hate
Or
beer.
in a Price is Right version.
Can you move that over? I just feel like I'm going
What do
to
you
hit
wanna
it.
do?
Push it back a little bit, please.
Yeah.
Hello?
All right.
I remember the Inspiring Lives connection now.
Okay.
Dr. Shelley Hipstein.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah.
And Corey was actually, well, ironically, Corey, she was the editor, but she is a book. She helps with
right.
authors, so that's why I
Right.
thought that was okay. There you go.
All right.
What a small world.
Oh, yeah.
After all.
I'm so excited.
What
All
a
right,
small,
here we
small
go.
world.
All right, so we're coming in from music if you're listening to the podcast. All right, thanks. We are at the Fire Whistle Brewing in Elizabeth, and we have an author. We've had a really good run of having authors, female authors, actually.
No question, yeah. So, Paula, pronounce your last name.
Minzak.
Minzak. It's not hard at all.
It's not that bad.
You know, I'm Rennebeck, and people are like, how do you say it? I'm like, Rennebeck.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to screw you up.
But
Let's
that's
see.
why I picked a pen name, something super easy.
Yes.
So
What is your pen name?
It's Kaya Misk.
Ooh.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that?
Kaya made me think of the restaurant in Smallman Street.
Oh,
I always
yeah.
thought, what a beautiful name. And then Misk was just something I crammed together, something one syllable and easy.
I love
That is
that.
really
People
smart.
can do it.
That is
love
so
that.
smart. So start from the beginning. How, people who we've talked to on the radio or on the podcast who are authors, they start out by saying, there's no money in it. So people tell us, like, don't write because it's not going to go anywhere. People don't understand you. But that's not true at all. There's millions of books and people are clamoring to get that knowledge. So how did you start?
How did I start? Somebody who used to edit for a magazine worked with me at a law firm. And every November they have NaNoWriMo, which is novel writing month. So the challenge of NaNoWriMo is to write 50,000 words in 1 month. That's a story. And the woman looked at me and said, you'll never be able to do it. It's so hard. And I said, watch me.
Challenge accepted.
Oh, that's Rachel's.
That's
kind of
a
challenge.
Yeah.
What do you say? A woman
was-
have no fury like a woman scorned.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
So the first book I wrote, which was during NaNoWriMo, 50,000 words in 1 month, was awful. And I thought, I got some information off Goodreads, which is a free site. Authors, people who read, go on to Goodreads. And someone there who was an author said, let me tell you what's wrong with the book. And she just told me a few things, not everything that was wrong, but she gave me some advice. I went and wrote a second book, and that's what got picked up by a small indie publisher. And that became The Firstborn Son. But the greatest thing about it is the characters are inspired by my Italian side of my family and someone that I worked with as a tailor. So how I know Shelley Hipsky from Inspiring Lives was my life when I taught pattern making at the Art Institute.
Oh, wow.
During that time, I worked also at the Men's Warehouse with an older Italian tailor who had the master tailor designation.
Is he dead?
He might be.
Was it Joe Iaquinta?
No.
Okay, but do you know him?
I do not.
Oh my God, because he worked there and I had chills and I knew him and he was our tailor because I'm half Italian and that's what we
Yes.
did. You only went there
That's
because he
right.
was the Italian.
The man's
Bingo
name.
card.
The man's name was Dominic Mackenzie.
Okay.
And if you know anything about the Italian language, what they do is the tendency is to drop the last syllable. So instead of saying Paula, he would say, "Hey Paul, I'm gonna go make the coffee," and it was never the coffee. So one of the things my editor loved about this book was that the guy said, "I'm gonna go make the coffee" inside the book. And all throughout the book are pieces of
I
the
love that.
Italian style of English that my grandfather spoke, my uncle spoke, my aunt spoke, everybody spoke.
Oh, I love that. That is so cute because it's so true. Like sometimes when you're reading, you're so into the story of it that you miss details like that. So that's a cool, I love that.
I am
small.
looking at the cover of the book, and I'm so mad that someone
They
took
used
my
your
picture.
Yeah.
That must be it.
So angry right now.
So
But
how
I
long
didn't get the rights to that picture.
How long ago did you start this? This is like later in life?
Yes,
Okay.
I am now 55.
Okay.
And I wrote this book about a year ago, sent it to the publisher, they picked it up, and it came out this past February. I have a day job. I am a trainer at BNY Mellon. I'm
Sure.
a corporate trainer, and it's a wonderful job, but I present and I speak all day. So this is kind of a nice, just relaxing,
Getaway, yes.
Yeah.
fun thing to do.
Yeah.
It's your escape.
Right.
Yeah. Now, when you're at work, are you thinking? Are you able to sort of compartmentalize? This is my writing time. This is not my writing time. Or
okay.
when you're at work, sort of at lunch, and you're like, "Oh my God!" and you have to hurry up and make some voice notes in your phone. How does that work out?
I think that anyone who's creative has that little piece in their mind where things trigger them. And one of the things my editor liked about the book was that little life stories come out. So you come across somebody in like the work cafeteria and something funny happens. Like you mentioned about a chair falling over.
Yes.
Somebody spills something and drops it. And it's something you never forget.
Yeah,
Something about
right,
it.
right.
So all during the day, I find things like that.
Is that right?
So how do you, like we say a musician might use their notes on their
Yeah.
the folder on their phone, or
Yes.
some people, as John always says, napkin write. How do you record those kinds of things?
Sometimes they're notes on the phone, but I try to keep a notepad with me, and I will make like 2 or 3 words that will trigger my memory.
Okay.
That's smart.
Wow.
I do.
Yeah.
I text myself, and then I'll be like, "What did did this mean?
Right.
So let's go back. The first book is called
The Firstborn Son.
Yeah.
And what's it about?
It is about Frankie Renzi, who is due to take over his father's role as the mob boss in Pittsburgh.
Oh wow.
But this is modern times, and you are not getting around the law. So you might remember when all the mobs went down, in New York in prior days. So this is about him saying, I've been successful. My family values sent me to college. I got an MBA. What do I do to take the family construction business to the next level and get out of the mob? What happens is his girlfriend, who is an heiress in another local family, her father dies, and she becomes prey for every man who's looking for a free ride. So they had broken up in the beginning of the novel. He goes to try to help her so that she is not forced into some kind of marriage through people who would do illegal things. And that is the story.
Nice.
And it's Pittsburgh.
It's
So
Pittsburgh.
we will find Pittsburgh references in there?
Oh, yeah.
Get out.
Two scenes take place at the Sons of Italy in Glassport.
Oh, my God.
wow.
And there is a car chase that starts at a nasty on-ramp into the Parkway. And there are so many of those.
Yeah.
The Parkway is just
Pick
like its
your own,
own
yeah.
little,
Right.
maze. So
That's cool.
Yes, I love that.
Wow.
So now what? This one's done.
This
It's been
one's done.
out. How can people purchase it?
you can purchase it at any of the e-retailers such as Amazon,
Amazon,
Kobo, Barnes & Noble, Apple Books, Google Play. You can get both the paperback and the ebook, which is only $4.99. You can also get it at the Carnegie Library. They finally bought it, so you can go
I
on to
love
the
that.
library and get it. I'll be donating a couple hard copies. They bought the ebook for anyone who wants to read it. Nice. And the next book is about Frankie's brother Joey.
That was going to be my next
There
question.
has to be a
Okay.
Joey in
yeah.
there.
So
It's
the
Italian.
it's an Italian family. I got a cousin Joey. We got numerous Joeys.
Yeah.
Really.
I thought your dead
So-
Taylor was Joey, but it
That's
wasn't.
right. So the great thing about Joey is he's a businessman. He has an accounting degree and he's a CPA. But he wants to get away from his father. He never got along with his father. So he purchases a strip club downtown.
Of course he does.
That might be along the lines of Blush. And he creates his own wealth by brokering businesses. Someone walks into the strip club, says, hey, I want to sell my restaurant down here. He goes to the other side of the bar. Someone says, I'll buy it. And he starts to become a business broker, which makes him wealthy by the age of like 37.
Wow.
I
my
love
story
it.
exactly.
So you're already
Yeah.
such a simpleton. So you're already rating that. That's already in the works.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the first draft's done and I'm going into editing right now.
Wow.
That
so
is
did
so
it take less time this time?
Much less
You
time.
noticed now I got this.
Yeah. So for new authors, the great thing about it is when you get with a small press or even just a professional editor, that is the key to getting to the next level.
And do you have them edit in line as you're getting pieces done, or do they edit afterwards so they can see it all at one time?
They edit afterwards. A publisher won't accept it, at least not a romance novel, until they see the whole thing. They want to see it, that it's a good story, because romance sells like 25% of the
I
book
remember
market.
that Lainey talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you have to be almost totally done. One of the things I did was I found on meetup.com a local book critique group. And it is my critique partner from that group. She landed an agent last year, and I landed this. So we go back and forth with, okay, what did you like about it? What's wrong with the book?
Nice.
Wow,
what
that's
did
gotta
you
be
do
helpful.
the day your book was published? Did you do a happy dance? Did you have a big party? Did you have a rollout party? Or did you just go, oh, it's over?
Yeah.
It is never over. Part of publishing is that the author has to promote themselves.
Yes.
So it's not something I expected. I didn't understand the work to put into it. But it was on a weekday, which is a work day. So I could not really do a party. I had a party at the end of the week at Permane Brothers in the waterfront, and my cousins came down. The first thing my cousin said was, if that's your brother on the cover, I'm not reading the book. It would be too weird. So I had to say, no, it's
John
not my brother.
Chamberlain. Yeah.
Right. Originally, I got my brother to pose for a cover because I thought, well, what if I can't afford a professional cover?
Yeah, sure,
Yeah.
of course.
So-
All those things go through your mind. But
Wow.
now, look at you getting more and more polished. That's
Right.
such a great story.
It's a lot of fun.
So, have you built some social media? Can we send people to your social
I
media
have.
to see more? Okay,
Yes.
tell us where we can find you and follow you.
So at Kaya Misk is on Twitter.
And how do you spell that?
KAIAMIS is in Sam K.
Easy enough. Don't call her Paula. That's not her. That's
Right.
only her
That's
real
right.
name. That's not the pen name.
Right.
Right.
When do you think we can expect the second one?
It will be out by the end of 2023. The publisher has already agreed to publish it. I may look for an agent prior to that time.
Good for you.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Go Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Go
That's right.
PGH.
Yes.
And we're going back to the Sons of Italy.
There you
Nice.
go. That is so awesome. Ask your question.
Good. Oh, so when the fire whistle blows, the firefighters go, right?
Yeah.
So what motivates you? What makes you go? A song, a picture, an emotion, a saying?
I'll tell you what, more than any of the things you mentioned, it would be a song. And part of something I do, especially what drove the coming book about Peekaboo, is music in the background. Like today, I listened to the song Amanda by Boston.
Yeah.
And what I thought about writing was, I want to feel like I felt the first time I heard Amanda by Boston.
How about that?
Did you ever hear that song?
I
Yeah,
think
I know it. Yeah,
Do I
yeah.
know it?
Do-
Do I know it?
I think you would know it if you heard it.
Can you sing
Yeah.
it?
I cannot sing, so I cannot.
It's beautiful
It's
though.
Boston, but I go.
It's a burr.
Yes, but no, I love it. Well,
I love that your theory behind it, and I think
Yeah.
it's great food for thought. Paula, thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully
you.
we'll have you on again when you have this next book out.
yeah, keep
I
us
would
in
love
mind.
to.
Love it.
Yeah,
Thank
we'll
you
do
so
a
much.
rollout.
Also, I'm willing to offer advice to people who want to write, so I'm happy to just help.
That is. So how do they get a hold of you for that? Same thing.
Anyway, during social media, like one of
Okay.
the things I've done this past year, someone who was just looking for a beta reader, someone to give advice.
Mm-hmm.
I did that with him. We walked through the whole process. It was great. It's a way to just
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
people.
Wow.
We'll have a lunch
that
date.
yeah, there you go.
That's
Right,
awesome.
Rachel has a book on her schedule.
Awesome. Yeah. We'll
All
definitely
right,
be in
thank
touch.
you so much. And we're
Thank
going to
you.
more music from Josh.
And then Crystal Ventura.
Oh, listen to that crowd.
They love
huh?
Josh. Yeah.
Bring in
Crystal,
Crystal
you're up.
Ventura.
Crystal Ventura. You're not drinking that fast enough, so I was drinking.
Wait, I drank mine.
Oh!
I emptied mine.
I think you drank mine then, because I.
No, I emptied mine. Mine was pretty full.
Okay, yeah, that's
Call
fine.
me
This
out
is the
on live
funniest.
Facebook.
Listen, this is the funniest thing. So Crystal Ventura is a friend of ours at this point. Typical Pittsburgh. We did a podcast of Ventura about almost 2 years ago now. We stayed friends. We talked, what else can we do together, that kind of thing. We did a Yinzer charcuterie with my dad. And so we keep in touch. We're always looking for ways to work together. What I love about Crystal is her life sort of intersects mine. Her family came with her because they have a family event today, right?
Mm-hmm.
They went across the street and got their son's haircut at the barbershop to kill time. That's such a Rennebeck thing. We would be like, listen, we're right here. Go get some candy. Go get your haircut. We'll be back.
We're multitasking today.
And I liked it when we said, hey, we're doing a podcast at a brewery, and you're like, let me
In.
talk to my husband. Okay, I talked to him. We're done. He's in. So I love that, too. So welcome to the podcast. We appreciate it. So a little bit of brief overview of Ventura at this point. So just
it's
in
been
case
a
somebody's
while.
not familiar.
What are we talking about? We're going to talk about the kitchen today? What we're doing there?
About the business and then how you adapt the demo kitchen, right?
All right. So what do? We make countertops. Focus on kitchens, doing that heart of the home thing. And one of the biggest things that we did and had to build a new showroom and said, well, what do we want in this showroom? What do we want in this showroom? A presentation kitchen. Well, my dad likes to build things more than he likes to make countertops. So we ended up with a 10,000 square foot presentation kitchen. So you can touch, feel, cook, use before you have it in your house.
Let's see. I think you're underestimating it. It's dreamy.
I'm simplifying.
It's dreamy.
I'm simplifying.
It's dreamy kitchens because one of the things I remember, I don't think Monica was with us at this point, but your guy told us he built a drawer for a kitchen that had chargers in the drawer, phone chargers in the drawer. It's like, that's so cool. And I'm trying to think what else is there, all these crazy things, but you build these dreamy kitchens, and not that they're like completely out of your mind expensive. The fact is that it's a kitchen. it's what you want to invest in because
Right.
that's
What
where
people
everybody's
want,
hanging
yeah.
out. But you do all these cool things with the kitchen, like that kind of the charger drawer. Whoever thought everybody has a junk drawer? We could all turn our charger drawers in from a junk drawer. I would think.
Right,
So,
right.
but your demo kitchen, how many people does it seat?
On
You do
the
events there.
presentation side, where we'll be doing most
Yeah.
of the cooking classes, you've got 52 at the most, but it can go into hands-on.
Okay.
So you
Yeah.
can do there's 7 stations in there, and you can do different hands-on activities. You can learn to cook certain things. You can do knife skills class. There's all kinds of different cooking events.
Yeah.
To
One of the
take
coolest
on.
things was Rachel's dad did an event for Pittsburgh food. And I love the fact that the kitchen's so cool that he was able to cook this thing over at this stove. Then he went over to this place to cook the French toast. And
He was like a kid.
He just kind of moved around the
Wait a minute. You
the
mean I could
kitchen.
go over there?
Right.
Wait,
And
I can use that?
And what his thing, I don't have to clean up after
Well, that's it. Rachel and I followed him around and cleaned everything up.
Right. He's like, I can cook and not clean up. This is the best thing ever.
It's like, you guys got this? Got it, got it.
And then he went home and started doing that. And my mother was like, that's
Right.
not flying.
And we
here.
are going to talk about an event that he's going to be doing that you will want to get tickets to. But getting back, your family has been involved in this. You're the second or third generation?
Technically third. So our original business was right next to Kenny when my grandpa did wrought iron, ornamental iron railings.
Oh, okay.
Picket twisting. My dad always talks about the picket twister. That was next to Kennywood, and countertops just kind of grew out of that. So, yeah, we've been doing that since 1971.
Wow.
I wasn't there at that
Yeah,
point,
right.
but I think I came in 2003 full time all the time.
Okay.
So. Yeah, it's just been a family affair. My brother's there, my husband's there, my sister-in-law's
The
there.
demo
That's the
kitchen
best.
is just so crazy. Then there's the side where it looks like a Parisian cafe, and our girl Tracy took a picture like she was
was
walking
going
up
to
to the Eiffel
Paris,
Tower,
yeah.
right? And it's just an incredible space. And one of the things I remember is when you do these food events, you did the Titanic menu, right?
And that was we were on the presentation side, but the other side we call that the party side.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
that
If we're
one-
moving from presentation, you need to tell
You
her.
got to go to the party
right,
side.
Make
We're
it
going
very
party
clear,
side.
yeah.
Are we
We're
ready?
going party side.
Okay,
Let's go
party side time. Go.
Party side time does more of like those are tables and chats and
Okay.
charity events and
Got
more
it.
of your sit down, talk to each other events as opposed to get your hands in everything
Okay,
events.
got it.
Yeah, so either side, but that's the Parisian side. That side's a lot of fun. Little different setup. You're not going to stick your hands, into everything
Yeah.
on that side. You're more having
You're
a
being
party.
you're being served. It's more of that
Yes,
kind
Got
of
it.
that
thing.
kind of
Yeah,
thing.
for
Okay.
sure. But
back
what
on
I
that.
love is that you saw the need that people, kitchens and bathrooms are the two most needed and
Right.
unfortunately most expensive because those are the rooms you're in.
I know.
They're the rooms you're in the most, let's face it, right? But you guys saw the need that people wanted customizable. So you can look over and see all of your people working like in the actual warehouse area, right?
Oh,
Where
right.
they can see the customization.
The plant's
being
open,
done.
so you can look down and see
Yeah.
what we're making in the plant. Watch
It's
them making
gorgeous.
countertops
Yes.
doing. Yeah.
But we especially love the presentation side because that's where we joined you for the Yinzer Charcuterie with my dad. So this month, April 14th, next week already, we are
Next week
doing
already.
the Good for the Soul food. I mean, John, how much fun
Beans
is
and
this going to
greens?
be? Yeah. Beans and greens, cornbread, apple, like toasted apple with cinnamon. He knows all this soul stuff because I'm fortunate enough to have been around. He was around James Brown. He was around Chuck Berry. All those guys. All that soulful time. And he has the stories to tell and the food to make it fun.
I can't wait for the stories.
I'm so
I love
excited.
his
Oh, I'm
stories.
telling you, the stories are incredible. Yeah.
And he keeps saying, now that I know what to expect, it's going to be fun. I'm going there. I want to warn you. I think he might be there at noon to prep. He's like, Crystal said I could get
He
there.
can hang out with me all day. I don't care. It's fine
He
by
will be
me.
there all day. Trust me. He loves the kitchen itself. You treat everybody like royalty. The chefs feel like this is their kitchen.
Yeah, and this thing that we're doing with Jack is April 14th.
14th.
And you can get tickets on the Van Jura website. But in the meantime, you do this more often. You do this once a month. You do it a couple times.
Couple
It could
times
be-
a month.
It could be a
Uh-huh.
date night. It could be just a girls' night, guys' night out.
Depending on what you want to do, we did bourbon. We did a bourbon pairing class last week. So that was a little more predominantly couples night kind
Yeah.
of thing, but really cool. So we're doing another one of those coming up. We're doing then some of the hands-on stuff like the knife skills. But like what what your dad's doing is the dinner
Yes.
experiences
Yeah.
where you go and you eat. He does all the work.
Yeah.
Well, while we clean it up.
I mean,
but
we do some work. We do some work. But it's 4 courses. You typically do that. Obviously, his is, like we said, coming up, and it's unique in that way. But John brought up a good point. You did the Titanic. You did
Yep.
I Love the 90s.
Oh, yep. Super fun.
So you theme each one of them, and the food is sort
We
of...
try. We
yeah.
try. A lot of times it's a couple of different chefs that we work with that'll come up with different themes, different ideas, because they can't do that kind of thing in their restaurants, right? So
Exactly.
it gives them freedom to kind of play with some ideas, play with some of the things that they want to make and do. And then at the same time, we've got a lot of, like, our interior designer comes in and she works the classes too. So there's just a whole lot going on, and it's a lot of fun.
It really
It's
is
so
fun.
much fun.
And don't be intimidated. Again, we talked about being intimidated by 51 to get here. Don't be intimidated by Route 30, because it's super easy to get out there, and and just allow enough time to get out there and have a good time.
We are North Huntington, but we're like right over the Allegheny County line, like right over it. We're not on that far side of North Huntington. Not the far side.
Yeah.
No, and one more thing is practical statistic. If people, I remember we talked about when we were there, is that one time I was trying to get my house updated and I wanted to get rid of my dining room, and some real estate agent said, never get rid of your dining room. But if I wanted to get rid of my dining room and blow out my kitchen, the kitchen's the place where everybody's hanging, right?
Oh, absolutely.
That's what,
Absolutely.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And that's what you guys do. You guys make that meeting space. So when you're having family over, you're having friends over, everybody hangs out around the kitchen. Big countertops with lots of food outside, laid out on.
But they don't bring the food. So if you have a kitchen done, they're not giving
right.
the food.
They'll give you plastic eggs to put on to decorate for pictures.
I
but-
know somebody who can.
I mean,
and
right.
to do that.
Exactly.
Where does everybody find out more about the tickets and the event?
For the kitchen, it's thekitchenbyvanjura.com. That has all the classes and all of the, fun stuff coming up. If you're not remodeling a kitchen, let's do the fun stuff.
But it's both. So if you are looking for kitchen needs, definitely check them out. And they're family owned. That's the best part, right? It's this down
days.
home. Yeah. Right. Our side is, But April 14th, Johnny Angel does the soulful food. We're so excited because it's 4 courses. It's $60 a ticket. Come with your, like you said, friends. Bring a group of you. Where are the Merry Widows?
Can they be
need
YOB?
to know this.
Yes.
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 That's the key.
And you
BYOB.
get served by us. The Jags are going to be there as well. We help out. It's an excuse to hang out with Crystal, and it's a good time. So check it out. Get your tickets on Eventbrite, and we'll see you on the 14th.
Yeah.
Question of the day.
Nice question. You do it. Ask it.
All right, this is John's.
She doesn't
When
like
the
it, so
whistle,
she keeps
I don't
disclaiming it.
understand it. I don't understand it.
All right, then I'll ask it. The fire whistle. When the fire whistle blows, the firefighters go.
Yeah.
All right. Really? Well, so what gets you going? What motivates you to go?
I don't think I heard
is
you
it
say
a
motivate.
picture? Is it a song? Is it just
Really funny, though. The fire
What's your
station
fire
is
whistle?
right next to us.
Oh, is that right?
And I said to someone the other day, I said, the fire whistle, I used to hear it go off like all the time
And you
over
don't.
the years. And I said the other day, because it's literally right next to us.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I haven't heard the fire whistle in forever.
I guess that's a good thing.
I probably am immune to it at this point.
Oh, yeah,
but-
right.
All right, so what gets me going?
What gets you going?
Put me on the spot. I'm going to go with, I always feel like the cruise director, right? Just finding something fun to do.
Yes. There you go.
Finding something fun
like
to
it.
do.
I like it. Yeah.
Like today.
Yeah,
Nice.
you're awesome. Crystal Vantura, we could have you on every week. Thank you so much for being
Please
with us.
expense
as
your
always.
kids' haircuts to us.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
That's the
He looks so much better right now.
You drove all the way here from North Huntington to get a haircut.
The
That's
best
I've
thing
ever
would be
seen.
is if Rachel would find a dress for Addie right now.
Right now.
No, I was late because of that. So,
All right,
Crystal, you're
thank
the
you,
best.
Crystal.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
All
Thank
right, and we
All right.
have one more guest,
Lori?
Lori.
Yep,
Yeah,
Lori, come on over,
come
Lori.
on,
You ready?
Lori was
Dun, dun,
pretending
dun.
that we were going to forget
Lori
her.
was hiding in the background the entire time. Lori,
Lori, Lori, Lori, Lori.
All right.
Hi. Look how easy this is.
Lori, you are the person that has the best title of anybody on the podcast. You're an executive director of something here.
Something.
Yeah, so tell us who you are and what
King of
you're
nothing.
the executive director of
Okay, I'm
here
the
in the Mon Valley.
I am the executive director for Mon River Arts.
Okay. And what does that mean?
In Elizabeth.
Okay.
We are the arts group of Elizabeth. We put on musicals, plays.
What was your most recent one?
Right now, we have Rock of Ages coming up the second and third weekend in May.
Ooh,
Tracy,
that's a great one.
Tracy
Rock of
would
Ages.
like me to ask you, are you ever going to do Grease in the near future?
That's funny you asked that. That was on my list to do for next season, but we chose Fiddler on the Roof instead.
Oh,
We're going to do Fiddler. We're doing Fiddler.
That's not.
We're doing Fiddler. Nope.
Rachel has been looking
why.
to,
It was
Rachel
considered.
has been looking to be a part of a Grease production.
I said, this is why,
Oh.
Lori, let me set it up for you. John Chamberlain goes to Tracy and says, I want to do this. Boom, that's where our podcast is. Then he says, I'd like to try this. That's where our podcast goes. I said, I want to be Rizzo. It can't happen. No one will do Grease. So you need to have Grease, and I will come do, just because that's what you want. You really want me to be Rizzo.
Well, we may consider it just for that reason.
There you go. I
the
appreciate
whole
that.
podcast team will be down there watching.
Oh, we will bring
Rachel.
people in, I
yeah.
promise
We
you.
will
I
push them.
promise you.
I
Oh, yeah.
personally feel you should bring
We
a
will bust
podcast down
people.
for Rock of Ages.
You're right, we
but-
should.
And we are doing that because Jason suggested that
Oh,
show.
that's a great show.
Yes,
That's a great
Rock
show.
of Ages is
So,
going to be very
you've
cool.
been doing this for a lot of years, right? You're
About
the
25.
behind-the-scenes
25
person.
years. Mhm.
Okay, what got you into the music, the performer world? Are you a performer or no?
No, I'm the executive director, which
Yeah.
I'm the producer.
Sure.
I own the Grand Theater.
Okay.
And I'm the executive director for Mon River Arts, which is the nonprofit group
Right.
that puts on the shows, the musicals.
But you have an appreciation essentially for performances,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah, always did.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you
Yes,
love it
yes.
being local.
Love the arts.
And you love it being local where people can.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
have to. I mean, it's nice that they
Yep.
can drive
Yep.
downtown, but it's nice that they can also drive locally here, right?
They can drive locally to
Yeah.
see good quality
Well,
programming.
and that was
yes.
going to be my question. So I'm assuming because you're kind of off the beaten path, you're in Elizabeth
Mm-hmm.
area. So if people didn't have the Grand Theater, they would have to go where?
Pittsburgh.
So that's quite the haul, right? So
To see
you're
a good musical,
creating
yes.
this- yeah.
Yep.
That is amazing. How has that grown over the last couple of years? Is there a need for art
my.
that you're noticing? People really wanting that more?
There is a need for
Yeah.
art, especially with the children.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
We just wrapped up Beauty and the Beast. We had 6 sold-out shows, 200 seats
Sing
each
it.
show. Yeah.
it.
Yes.
We always need a musical interlude from Rachel.
I think you need to come audition.
I just jump
Now
in.
I think you
everybody.
need
She's
to
trying to
audition.
get it. She's trying to get in
Yes.
on that
No, I'm
Grease
not.
thing.
See that?
I
Sing
am
some-
not trying to get in.
Sing
right
something from
Absolutely.
Grease.
No.
This is an audition right
Auditioning.
now.
Tracy, I'm going to kill you. Anyway, no, I think it's so important that people, we always say Pittsburgh in general, we're so big on our sports teams, but we didn't know we're actually like number 2 as a city for the cultural aspect.
Yes, the number- yeah,
So
the
that is
number of
such
places,
Really
yeah.
true.
It's a good thing
Yep,
to
yep,
know,
yep.
right?
So we're trying to create quality arts in the Mon Valley
Yeah.
so that you don't have to go all the way to Pittsburgh to see.
Yeah.
Well, or if you are Pittsburgh, come see
Partner
the other.
with, yes,
Yeah, for sure.
But-
And we
then-
partner with the businesses here to sponsor.
Okay.
So
We're in
Okay.
the theater. How many people does it seat? in it?
200.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good acoustics and all that kind of
great
stuff.
acoustics,
Yeah.
and we've updated all our lighting and our sound systems. So, and you have to keep up with all that because
sure.
it changes.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
Yeah, right. Now, how did you? I understand the arts piece, but how does that parlay into like you knew our musician today, right, Josh? How do you
Okay.
kind of get into the music part?
Okay, so I am the entertainment coordinator for the Elizabeth Area Development Corporation here in Elizabeth. So what I've done is I took a street, which is Plum Street, and I shut it down for 3 months at a time, June, July, August, and I booked bands to come play on Plum Street every Thursday from 6 to 9. I get sponsors, and we pay for the bands.
That is
And
wonderful.
I started that to help Elizabeth become a walkable community because we've got so many good Bible businesses starting up here, and I think it kind of went hand in hand. I got the bands coming in. You can come sit and enjoy a night of entertainment with your family for free. And the business is sponsored. They stay open, and they.
I love that.
Wow.
Yep, I do it for the love of the community. Honest.
That is
I do.
fantastic,
I do.
Lori. Oh my
Did you
gosh.
grow up here?
Thank you. I did not. I'm actually from Herkimer, New York.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
But I married a man here that was from Elizabeth.
Okay.
So
This is your stomping grounds
My
now.
stomping ground now.
Oh my
Yes.
God, that
love
is such a
the
good
And I
fact
love
you
it.
literally adopted this place as your home.
I absolutely
Right,
did. Yes,
yeah.
I love Elizabeth. Yes.
Wow.
Well,
That's
we love
I
it,
do.
and we love the fact that you're supporting arts, and we would love to help support. So let us know however we can be helpful to continue to grow the arts down here.
Oh, you
That's
should
so important.
absolutely come down to one of our Plum Street
For
nights.
sure. Yeah, we would love to do
Every
that.
Thursday, June, July, August.
I think that's a great
3
idea.
solid months. That street is shut down.
We're in. We'll be here. We'll
Sounds
pick
like
our
a
Thursdays.
podcast night.
Yeah, we might
We
have to
get
podcast
around
from there.
250 people on a night.
Oh, okay. We'll talk to you about
All
that.
right.
Quite successful.
Look, Lori,
Thank
wasn't
you.
this easy?
Everybody,
It was
Lori's
easy.
done. And Lori, where does everybody find out more about you? On
They
the
can-
internet,
they-
the theater and such?
Go to monriverarts.org. We
Easy
have
enough.
camp scheduled all summer for kids.
Yeah, and we're going to look into a podcast to come down and check it out for
Absolutely,
one of the
I
free
would
shows.
love that. Thank you so much.
Oh my God, it's our
Thank
pleasure.
you.
So John's question was, here, when the fire whistle blows, they have to go. What is your kind of motivation? What motivates you to keep going?
I think helping all the businesses succeed here. When they do better, we all do better.
That's such a
the more
good
people
thing.
we can bring into the community, I think it just helps everybody.
I
It
love
does.
Lori. I'm getting a T-shirt that says "I heart Lori." You're awesome. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
You
so
were
much.
great.
Lori, get
Thank
grease
you.
going. Get grease
Yes,
going.
I will do grease. We
Get
will
grease
come
going.
do grease for sure.
All
All right,
right.
you guys, this was so much fun.
One
One
Chelsea!
more. All right, Josh, come on back up.
Josh, where's Josh? Oh, there he is.
Oh my gosh, Josh.
You're fine, Josh. Take your time.
Josh. Oh my
Listen,
gosh.
that was so much fun. I'm so glad that we trekked down here. We had, shout out to Liberty Pole. We love Liberty Pole.
Right.
We had their cream. Always
Oh,
fantastic.
look. Josh is like, I'll show these people what a
Bro,
music.
I
what a
saw
mic
you go
stand
across
is.
the street. I was like, I love this guy. We do have one. We just didn't bring it. Sorry.
I just want to note, this may not even end up in the podcast, but the place where the Van Jura kids got their haircut is now closed. I think the guy got so many haircuts today. He's like, I can retire. I go home early today.
That
I don't
is
have to stay till 5
hysterical.
o'clock.
That is so
It is now
funny.
closed. So, Josh, welcome. I haven't seen you here.
Oh, I have it.
There we go. All right, cool. So, Josh, welcome back, and thanks for getting everybody going earlier in the podcast. Throughout the podcast, we've been hearing an original song of yours. Talk about that song a little bit.
So this is a song I wrote about 6 or 7 years back. This is a song called Bayou on the Bayou.
Nice.
Actually, that's what everybody else calls it. I just call it Bayou. That's what we in the band call it. That's my damn band.
Yeah.
A bunch of local guys right here from Elizabeth. 4-piece rock and roll band. And that's the Damn Band, D-A-M-B-A-N-D. We recorded this song back in November. It was about 7 years old, but we'll be posting it. I'm going to send it to you guys.
Please do, yes.
It'll be posted on later. And if you care to hear it live, you can follow our Facebook page. It's Damn Band PGH. Damn Band PGH. And we'll be playing right here in Elizabeth on June 8th on Plum Street.
Nice. All right.
I was
so,
just going
Lori
to
booked
say,
us.
Josh,
Lori,
one-
My
we
good
told
friend
Lori
Lori.
we're coming for a podcast,
Yes.
so we're going to try for yours.
all right. So, Josh, the one thing we didn't get a chance to ask you earlier in the podcast is our question of the day, right? So, our question:
boy.
have you been listening over there?
No.
Or
I've been trying.
Oh, good. Well, the good news, we hope you had, because we normally put people in a soundproof booth to protect the
He's
question.
kidding. He's
but
kidding.
Okay.
She always
He
has to
thought you were
disclaim.
serious. He
No,
thought there
he
was a sound.
didn't.
Yes,
He's
he did.
not a child.
All right, tell him.
All right. Here's our question of the day to everybody answer. When the whistle blows, the firefighters go. All right? They're motivated. They go. So what motivates you to go? What gets you going? A picture, a sound, a song?
I was born with a drive.
Okay.
I just, what else are you going to do?
Right? Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I like
Wake up
that
and
answer.
do something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was my dad. That was my dad's. My dad used to tell me. He said,
You're
"Go
becoming your dad."
Go do something, even if it's wrong."
That's right.
Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. It's like those progressive car commercials, right? I'm becoming my dad. Right? It's like
Right.
what you do. Yeah, you realize. We
All
have
right.
enjoyed listening to you. Thank you so much. We're going to give our thank yous and then you get to perform again. So thank you to Lori, who was camera shy, and she was absolutely fantastic. Please follow, see all of the developments that are happening here in Elizabeth area and surrounding, because it is such a good town, and the Mon Valley is just great. We're going to come down. We're going to check out their series on Plum Street. Thank you also to Jason for having us. This is a fantastic location. Thanks to all that he's done for his community, especially opening up the brewery here.
And thanks to Lori. No, you already said Lori. Thanks to Crystal Van Jura and Paula, who is not really Paula as the author.
No.
Paula is the author, but she has a pen name. So make sure you follow her. And, of course, thanks to Rorick Honda. Spring has sprung and vehicles are springing up at Rorick Honda. We're still interested in your used vehicles, but we also have new vehicles ready to sell.
Visit us at our Bloomfield location or at rorickhonda.com for all of your vehicle needs. And now we wrap up with one more original song from our friend Josh.
Josh.
All right. Well, if I'm gonna when I say bye you gotta yell bye you. You follow Buddy.
All right, here we go.
That song's
Follow
called Bye.
Buddy!
Follow Buddy the bartender.
A bayou, on the bayou.
Bayou.
That's where I'm at in my mind. That's where I go when I close my eyes to sleep every night. Bayou, on the bayou, skipping rocks and holding hands. But you're back in Mississippi and I'm on the road with this band. Now God knows that I love to play my guitar, but that don't compare to those loving arms. And every note I play every night I'm away, I'm thinking of you. I know it's been a long, restless tour, 8 months on the road, and my heart's still yours. But the dreams I love, the days to come, that's what keeps me moving on. Soon I'll be by you, on the bayou, looking in your pretty eyes, running my fingers through your hair, making up for all the lost time. Oh, hold on, girl, I'll be there soon. I got 3 more shows and I'm home to you. Sit tight, my dear, soon I'll be nearby you, where I belong. The nights are cold and the road is rough. If I'm not by you, it ain't enough. Soon I'll be back home to stay. By you, on by you every day. Now I'm back by you, on the bayou, under that old magnolia tree. I got a barber in the water and I've got you by me. Honey, you traveled many a mile to get to your kiss and your pretty smile. But I'm your girl, making our world by you, where I belong. Yeah, I'm your girl, making our